After cornering Pakistan on diplomatic front in the wake of the Pulwama attacks, India now braces for fresh offensive to isolate Pakistan in cricket. The BCCI has been asked to write to the International Cricket Council seeking Pakistan's ouster from the upcoming Cricket World Cup. Sources have told India Today. Chairman of Committee of Administrators Vinod Rai has asked BCCI CEO Rahul Johri to communicate to the World Cricket Body the mood in India is against engaging Pakistan in the World Cup. However, there seems to be no consensus in the COA as the other member of the committee has not agreed to ban Pakistan demand at the World Cup. That's why the matter is stalled till a meeting takes place of the Supreme Court appointed Committee of Selectors, Administrators tomorrow in Delhi. India and Pakistan are scheduled for a face-off on June 16th at the World Cup, one of the most televised sporting event in the subcontinent. Going across to my colleague Rasesh Madnani, who is joining me from Mumbai for more on this. Rasesh, now, a lot of people on both sides of this divide, of this debate, whether India should play with Pakistan or not, and the same debate seems to be inside the BCCI at this point of time as well.
I don't think, Ankit, there's too much of a division on that front. Yes, while Vinod Rai, the COA head, did communicate to the CEO Rahul Johri about sending a letter across to the ICC on those lines, and Diana Adalji, the other member, had not agreed promptly. After deliberation, one shouldn't be surprised if that is the decision that is collectively taken, that Diana Adalji would give a thumbs up to that as well. What we can gather is that she sought more deliberations, and that is going to happen tomorrow when the COA members meet. But I think that the larger story, perhaps, Ankit, is that this is a definitive change in stance on the BCCI front. BCCI all along has been saying over the years that they would toe the government line, and even the government wouldn't come out and say things openly. There would be a backroom communication to the BCCI that they should not go ahead with a particular bilateral series. This is a multi-nation series. This is the World Cup. Even at the height of the Kargil war, India did participate against Pakistan in 1999. This time around, one shouldn't miss the point that a minister, Ravi Shankar Prasad, comes out and says yesterday that those who are asking for a boycott cannot be wished away. Then the BCCI head sending a letter across to the CEO saying that India wants ICC to isolate Pakistan. So I think there are multiple battles being fought at the diplomatic front. And just another important point, Ankit, perhaps India also believes that by cornering Pakistan in cricket, you have got the bargaining power, and also you hurt Imran Khan, because technically speaking, the constitution of the PCB says that Imran Khan is the patron in chief of the Pakistan Cricket Board.
Rasesh, stay on with me. Let me also bring in former India cricketer, member of the World Cup winning 1983 India team, and also a member of the Congress party now. Kirti Azad is joining us on the broadcast. Kirti sir, bahut shukriya. What I wanted to understand from you, sir, is where on this debate do you stand? And I also wanted to go into the legality. Can India in fact demand this, ban some other country? We can take a decision on whether we want to play or not, but can India demand banning another country when it comes to an ICC event?
Yes, definitely, Ankit. We can demand. We know the apartheid that took place in Rhodesia and South Africa, and the entire world had boycotted them for all activities, whether it was sporting, cultural, social, anything of the sorts. Here is a case of terrorism. The entire world is suffering because of terrorism, mostly in the Middle East. Even the World Trade Center, where two of the towers were hit in the United States of America. We all know that Pakistan is the hub for terrorism. And secondly, the government should take a firm stand. They have been supported by Australia, England and New Zealand, who are the main constituents of the ICC. They have said that they stand solidly behind India as far as these terrorist attacks were concerned. So I feel the diplomatic channel should be used. Pakistan should be isolated. Secondly, because Pakistan itself does not play in its own country. It plays either in Abu Dhabi or in Dubai because of the terrorist threats that they have in their own country, and the players are not allowed to do so. Thirdly, if you remember when there was a World Cup in Sri Lanka, the West Indians and Australians had said that they would not play there because of the security threat to the players. Now, if countries will not participate in the World Cup because their players are threatened, like Australia and the West Indies. Here, the entire nation and the world is threatened by the terrorist attacks. We've been suffering that over the years. So I feel there should be no ties, whether it's sporting, any game, cultural, or exchange of people, till terrorism is completely stopped and Pakistan is isolated by the international community. So I feel that it's a perfect time for India to use its diplomatic channel. Our National President Sri Rahul Gandhi ji even said that we stand solidly behind the government to take any action it wants to take against Pakistan. And that is whether you take military action or you take social, sporting, etc. So I feel that it's time now that we should use this as a platform in the entire world and see to it that Pakistan is completely isolated from the world.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kirti Azad, for speaking to us here on India Today. Kirti Azad, now a member of the Congress Party, speaking and saying that India is well within its rights and it's time for the entire country to come together, take a decision, show, in fact, keep the pressure up as far as Pakistan is concerned, using every means possible. Rasesh with me. Rasesh, just tell us more about this whole, ICC code or rules as well, because as far as I was reading, there are only two reasons why a country can, in fact, decide not to play with another country. Number one, whether there is a security threat, or number two, when there is a complete diplomatic breakdown between two countries.
Well, I think, that's you're very right, Ankit. And I think there are people in the BCCI who are very well aware that, while there's talk of drafting this letter across to the ICC that they should not be, Pakistan be not allowed to play the World Cup, it's difficult to see that through. But, these are obviously a pressure ploy as well. And to see if you can corner Pakistan, I think what BCCI understands is that while at the United Nations table, India may not have the bargaining power, it's very different in the cricket world. It's very different on the ICC table. The BCCI governs about 60 to 70% revenue of the world. It's impossible for the ICC to pull off the World Cup in the absence of India. It's impossible for the BCCI, for the ICC to go ahead. It's a big revenue loss if there's no India-Pakistan game. So I think factoring all these issues, the BCCI notes that the ICC will have to take a thought out decision. It cannot be dismissive of India's demand. While it's difficult to see ICC sort of cornering Pakistan on the ICC table, because that's perhaps not the right forum, what the BCCI does enjoy the bargaining power. So I think that's something that they are weighing in. What also they want is perhaps to be armed by the government advice. Once the BCCI can communicate to the ICC that the government of India does not want India to play against Pakistan in light of the terror activities that Pakistan indulges in, then it becomes easier for India to explain.
It becomes easier, our case becomes stronger, and it also points out to the fact that cricket, the most popular sport, should not be isolated in that aspect. I mean, it should be a cohesive sports policy that the government of India puts forward when it comes to relations with Pakistan. Can't be just one popular sport is not allowed and others do, as we have seen in the case of shooting as well. Thank you so much, Rasesh, for joining us at this point of time.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.